Hey everybody, welcome back to Lettermen Row. I am Austin Ward. Very special guest this week stopping by to give us an update on what's been going on in the Big Ten and the latest with the postponement / cancellation. She is the president of the Football Parents in Ohio State Association. It's Amanda Babb. She's the stepmom of wide receiver Cameron Babb. Amanda, thank you so much for giving some time. I know we're all extremely busy. You got a lot of things on your plate right now. Thanks for stopping in to chat with us.
No problem. Thank you for the opportunity.
All right. So when you decide or get this step forward and you become the president of this organization, the 10th unit, I can't imagine that you thought this would be how your fall was going to go.
No, absolutely not. I thought I was going to be planning tailgates, spending weekends at the Horseshoe, hanging out with parents, doing parents events, cheering on the Buckeyes. And as you can imagine, this was not what I had envisioned at all when I said I would be president of the Parents Association.
So, so far it hasn't been what you envisioned, but this group has been so active and fighting so hard at taking that cue, maybe from Ryan Day there to keep pressure on, keep trying to get answers. What has it been like for the parents? Obviously, we know that the players want to play, the coaches want to play, the parents want them to play. The last 3 or 4 weeks to be in your shoes, what has it been like to I've heard anger, confusion, heartbreak. What really sums it up for you?
Well, I think you've captured a lot of it right there. So, right away at the beginning, I would say I was devastated. We were frustrated, but just wanting answers, it just didn't seem like I remember on August 5th, I talked to Coach Day, I think on that Friday, I think it was maybe August 8th. I'm like, well, it looks like it's a go. The schedule had come out. I'm like, okay, so how can we support you from a parent side? Because up to that point, we hadn't done much because we were so uncertain about a season. And so we had a nice conversation about what we thought it was going to look like from the parent side and what I could do to help support him and the players and his coaches. And then 3 days later, the season was canceled. So, it just felt like kind of the rug was pulled out from underneath us to come out with the schedule and to plan to move forward. And then it's a whole nother fight that we have on our hands now, trying to get the transparency, trying to get the communication, and really just what happened from when you put out the schedule and had this weeks built in for if there was possible delays in the season to just total canceling, or I would say postponing the season to the spring.
Yeah, they seem to want to call it this postponement, but the fall season was canceled. I think
the fall season was canceled. Yeah,
I think we can all agree that that's the case. So, the parents group has put out one letter. You guys asked for answers from Kevin Warren in the Big Ten, and got a response a week ago, last Wednesday. But it doesn't seem like that satisfied you all for what you're looking for, which to my understanding is not a blanket reinstatement of the fall.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think, from our kind of perspective, there was a window to get the fall reinstated. And I think we're outside of that window to pick back up and expect the players to get ready to even compete, at the end of September or October is kind of unrealistic at that point. But we still don't feel like we've got the answers that we asked for. Like, what happened? Who voted what? We've heard different reports that there was a vote, that there wasn't a vote. What was the process to getting to the conclusion to postponing to spring? Was there any talk of postponing till the end of September, postponing to October? Or where did it just come from, releasing the schedule to the full cancellation? So I think that's one of the things that we're seeking that we don't feel like we've got the answers for yet. The other is, what is the plan moving forward, and what is the plan, and what are we doing to ensure that what happened in the fall isn't going to happen in the winter spring season as well? And what kind of is that playbook as we move forward, and what kind of data and decisions will they be looking for in order to move into some of the different practices as we move forward?
Is that sort of how you all are viewing this Saturday? You guys are planning to meet again, or many of the parents are, Saturday at the Horseshoe at 11 p.m. Is that a similar goal I then from Randy Wade and others did in Chicago last week? But this is more about continuing to get that transparency, but also that you want to make sure that this doesn't happen again in January.
Yes, we're still pushing for those key things: transparency, communication, and what is the plan. And so really what we want to focus on Saturday is continuing to keep the pressure on, because we want answers to some of these questions, and we just don't feel like we got that. And I think that's been a general consensus across all of the Big Ten parents, as we've talked to some of the other parents groups, was they still feel like we're missing that transparency.
Is there, and this answer has been different from a number of parents that I've talked to, is there something specific that you would like to hear from Kevin Warren, or is it just anything would help at this point? I
think anything would help at this point. What I would really like to know is, when they came into this conversation about how did we go from August 5th to here's the schedule, what was that process and those meetings or those Zoom calls, and who was involved? And I mean, we've heard that the ADs all wanted to have a season. So how did we go from the ADs wanting a season to canceling the season? I mean, there's got to be some sort of notes. I mean, we have board meetings. We have a secretary. She takes notes. We send that out. There's got to be some sort of communication of what happened in these meetings, right? And I'm not saying release everything, but at least release something that tells us what happened. And so that when we move into the winter and the spring, what can we do what more could we do to ensure that there's a season?
And so Saturday, this demonstration and peaceful protest is for Ohio State and at the Horseshoe. I know I've seen other, Nebraska has been very vocal and really seemed to be working in lockstep with what you all have been doing. How has it worked? I believe 11 of the 14 organizations put out this letter on Wednesday of this week. How has this all come together across schools when normally we're so used to Big Ten rivalries heading into this time of year? How did that come together? How has that worked with multiple universities of parents there?
Right. And I'll say it's been an amazing experience working with these different schools, and kind of, I don't know, when I get off the phone call with the President Association from the Team Up North president, and we're trying to work together to come to a season, it just doesn't feel like a normal experience. But we've been really using our connections across our board to reach out and across some of our other parents to initially start some of those conversations and to make those connections. So I would say at first we had Iowa, Nebraska, Penn State, and then the Team Up North. And then we've really worked to find representatives from the other schools, some of the smaller schools that, Maryland and Rutgers. And so they had a Zoom call on Sunday night. It was led by one of the parents out of Nebraska, and they Zoomed Sunday night, Monday night, and Tuesday night, and really worked to get this letter together. So, you can tell that when you can get all of these schools unified across one goal, that maybe there is some more information that we are needing. And, everyone is asking for the same goal. So it's not just Ohio State, it's not just Nebraska. So clearly there was a ball dropped somewhere across the way.
Yeah. All right. So for anybody that maybe wants to participate or support or anything on Saturday at the Horseshoe, what do you need to know for this last round here as you guys continue to fight before – gosh, the season was supposed to start next Thursday. I can't even believe that. What needs to be known for Saturday?
So come on out, 11 o'clock at the Rotunda at the Shoe. We're still fighting for transparency, communication, and what is the plan for spring. We look forward to seeing everybody from Buckeye Nation out there, because we know they all want to support and get the answers that we're looking for.
All right, that's Amanda Babb, president this year of the most unique circumstance of all time for that 10th unit and everybody else. Appreciate Amanda Babb giving her time and continuing to fight as everybody looks for those answers. She will be there, or the whole group will be there Saturday, 11 a.m. at the Horseshoe. Amanda Babb, thanks so much for your time. I'm Austin Ward. This has been Lettermen Row. Stay with us for full coverage of Ohio State football all year round. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.